What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clay'sCoins. I believe competence creates confidence, so I'm here to bring you some information, education, and better understanding of cryptocurrency and the stock market. It's not financial advice, however. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not an indication nor suggestion to buy, hold, or sell any cryptocurrency or stock talked about in this video or on this channel. Today, we're going to be going over some different listings. The last video we just did, we looked at some Kraken listings. I think there was 8 of them. I had to do an entirely separate video for the Kraken listing, which was the first time ever. I think that's the first time I've done a separate video just for an exchange that isn't Coinbase. However, today we're going to be looking at Coinbase, looking at a Binance US listing, and crypto.com, well, formerly known as crypto.com, now known as Cronos. Either way, I see them refer to themselves as crypto.com still, even though I think they're Cronos now. I don't know. Let me know down below if you guys know whether or not it's Cronos, whether it's crypto.com. I don't know. Before we do, guys, I gotta do the YouTube stuff. My goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. It's a big goal, but it's my goal, and with your help, I know we can knock it out of the park. So all I need from you guys is to hit the like button and the subscribe button real quick. If you guys want to comment or hit that join button, that would be greatly appreciated. But all I need you to do is hit that like button and that subscribe button, and I'll give you a moment to do so real quick. Dope. Thank you guys so much. The first coin in today's listing video, the first one of 2 Coinbase listings, is going to be Mina Protocol. We actually just looked at this one in a recent video I did. I'm not sure which exchange listed it. I want to say it was Kraken. Kraken has been firing out a bunch of cryptocurrencies lately. For a while there, they weren't really that well known, and then their CEO or whoever their head guy is was on the news talking about the Shiba Inu Robinhood listing and how he figured it would be unlikely for them to list it because of regulation concerns and different things like that. And then, you know, a couple months went by and didn't really hear anything from Kraken, and now they're just throwing out like 5, 6, 8 different cryptocurrencies over a couple weeks at a time. It's pretty cool. Coinbase just listed Mina Protocol. It's the minimal, succinct blockchain that utilizes ZK snarks. If you heard of that, you remember from my previous video what Mina is, so I'm not going to get too in-depth on it, but so we'll skip the fundamentals and we'll look at this chart right here. Nothing crazy, just the coin market cap chart, and you guys can tell me what you think here. As you guys can see here, we've shown consistent downward pressure since November 11th of last year, and it's not looking like the Coinbase pump is going to break this trend. You can see right here, this is probably the Kraken listing, and then this is the Coinbase listing. These 2 big pumps right here. If not, maybe, you know, Kraken was back here. I'm not sure if it was even Kraken, and I'm just throwing that out there like I know it. But you can see from right here, no, actually, wow, it goes back even farther, guys. Right here, this peak, November 11th, that was our peak, and we've been in a downward spiral ever since. Not necessarily a spiral, it hasn't been a free fall, but we've stair-stepped down pretty extensively. Hopefully, this is a sign of a positive uptrend. However, I'm not sure. Sitting at a current price of $2.74 at the time of this recording, we are a far cry away from the $6 mark we hit multiple times in 2021. However, we have appeared to form a support around the $2.46 to $2.50 range, and we should be looking at a move to the $2.87 mark to find a solid support level. If not, the $2.09 or the $2.10, it's right around there. That might be the next strong support we see if we start to fall off and show some more downward pressure. I believe this 209 to 210 should hold pretty strong as of now that it's more widely adopted, more easily accessible to people. You know, as if something's more easy to buy, it's going to be easier to put money into it, meaning it's going to be easier for it to be worth more money. It's as simple as that. Next up, in one of Coinbase's new experimental listings, I noticed they added that feature. I don't know if that's their way of saying red flag. This might be a rug pull, but I'm not sure. However, it's crypterium, ticker symbol CRPT. Every time I see the ticker symbol CRPT, I think CHPT, which is charge point, and then I think of it don't move. And if you know that inside joke, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm gonna be very surprised if any of you do. Crypterium is the cryptocurrency that backs the Crypterium mobile app. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but apparently a lot of people have because there's over 400,000 users. You can open a savings account through it, trade crypto, and you can order a crypto card, which can be used globally, so that's pretty cool. They have some different features as well, but it recently listed on crypto.com, Huobi, and Coinbase, which you can see obviously by the pump and dump effect that it's had, and this is a real thing if you'll notice. This is a crazy chart. This blew up. I'm sure you weren't expecting. When you look at the 1 day right here and you're like, oh no, it's so downward. This is why I say sometimes, when in doubt, zoom out, because that's absolutely extraordinary. That pump from 18 cents up to what, 86 cents in a matter of a day. Yeah, that was good money. If you were in before, this is one of the things where it's hard for my Coinbase users who, just only use Coinbase and are really, really scared of anything decentralized, but you want to dip your toe in crypto. It's going to be hard for you to capitalize on the Coinbase pumps, and you're going to be more susceptible to get caught in the Coinbase dumps. Because as you'll notice right here, there was a big pump up, and then since then it has only decreased in value. So obviously people were buying it up here. For people to buy it up here, they're not doing well. I mean, they may have sold out right here, but people bought right here. Because if someone is able to sell right here, that means someone is buying. You're only able to sell a cryptocurrency if someone wants to buy it. So keep that in mind. When you see price action up here, that means people were buying it at 86 cents. I don't know who, I don't know why, wouldn't be me. But if you're able to get into a cryptocurrency that you have, a good feeling at this point, they're firing out so many cryptocurrencies onto these major centralized exchanges that as long as it's a solid top 200 or 300 cryptocurrency in the world, it's audited. That's going to be a big thing with the centralized exchanges. If it meets all the regulation concerns in the jurisdictions that centralized exchange is prominent in, then it shouldn't be a worry, and you should expect it to see it on the major exchanges. So if you can get into something before it lists on Coinbase or Gemini, Kraken, crypto.com, any Binance, anything like that, you're going to be able to capitalize on that pump rather than seeing the list, buying it, and then trying to time the dump. It's a much, much more difficult to catch a falling knife than to just throw a rocket up in the air. Zooming out on crypterium though, it does appear that there is a hard resistance point at about the 74 to 75 cent level that has held since June 7th of 2018. That is a long time ago. Think about what you guys were doing in 2018. We'll see how this token does over the coming months, especially if the market continues to regain strength. We could do something that we haven't done in close to 4 years now, and we could break that 74 to 75 cent resistance, and if we do, I can easily see us having a rocket up to whatever psychological level we want to form at that point. Alright, that's going to wrap up the Coinbase listings. Now we're over to the one Binance US listing. I will say, I'm going to probably stop saying it soon because there's no point in repeating it every time, but when I talk about Binance, when I talk about crypto.com, Kraken, I noticed it has a few asterisks on the listings, but when I talk about these exchanges, I'm only talking about the US listings, and when it comes to that, not even all 50 US states have the exact same regulations. Some states can't get different cryptocurrency than others, so when it comes to worldwide jurisdictions, I have a hard enough time following the regulations and, who can buy what in my own country. It's going to be way more difficult if I have to do that for the whole world. So it's Binance US is what we're talking about, and they listed request, ticker symbol REQ. The request token itself powers the versatile request network open source protocol, remaining compliant in every country, push generated payments, and an elimination of the need to have third-party verifications via blockchain invoices. Those are some of many examples of the Request Network's proactive approach to simplifying blockchain financials. I'm just going to let you guys look at the chart and let's see if you see a pattern here. What do you think it's going to do? If you had to guess? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not going to say anything, but it looks like it's going to repeat this pattern and absolutely boom. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this chart pattern and if this makes your mouth water or if it makes your eyes water. And just as quickly as we started, we're already done with the Binance listings. Now it's time for a few from crypto.com or Cronos, whatever. Threshold, ticker symbol, T. That's it. I don't know how they were able to land that, but they got it. I think we can see this token skyrocket in the coming weeks, guys. This is one of the ones, usually about one, maybe two cryptos in every listing video I have that catch my eye. Rubik was definitely one of them last time. That looks like a really dope cryptocurrency. Threshold might be the one for this one. The token itself is used for utility on the network and governance on the decentralized autonomous organization feature of it, and to stake a node. You can use the tokens to stake. If you guys didn't know, I'm sure you do by now, but Threshold is the result of the Keep Network and nucypher on-chain merger. So those two networks, protocols, whatever you want to refer to them as, combined, and now it's Threshold. So I'm not sure how you can have two audited cryptocurrencies merge and now it's unaudited, but CoinMarketCap's doing its thing, so you'll probably see it jump up from rank 2,800 to like rank 72 in a couple days because that's a thing. However, it does look like a really solid cryptocurrency, guys. As of right now, I would look for a push to the 15-cent mark. We're currently sitting at a price of $13.17, and I can say a 15-cent push would be good, and for it to hold strength there for a little bit. That's when I would really look at loading up on this, because long term I can easily see Threshold making a push to $1 or more. Coming in next is Argo. I'm still not sure how to pronounce that, and they already changed their logo. The open source enterprise blockchain platform optimized for hybrid deployments is back again with another listing and a new logo. I'm not sure why they changed it. I mean, I like the colors, but it kind of just looks like an abstract, rather symmetrical with the dots, yin yang kind of paint. I'm not sure. It looks like they were just like, what colors are really popping right now that catch people's eyes? Just put them on a piece of white. They did it and loved it. So I don't know. People would pay like $150,000 for that if it was a original Hunter Biden. If you remember their logo not too long ago, it almost looked like a pair of pliers, kind of. It was pink though, and I'm not sure why they just completely changed it to look like watercolor finger paints. With only 500 million total tokens and 73% of that already circulating, and a market cap of only 97.76 million, we could see some serious price action out of our Argo, especially if we can push past the 27.5-cent resistance, which is right around the corner. We have a nice support level right up at 29 cents. So if we can make a big push over the next couple days, we have a hard support at 29 that we can kind of breathe off of, trade sideways for a little bit. That'd be the time to strike, load up. Not financial advice, you know that, but that's, you don't want to catch something going up. You want to get in before it pops. Obviously, it's not always the easiest or probable or reasonable that you're going to be able to do that, but to the best of your abilities, always remember, try to buy low, sell high, and if it's good enough to screenshot, it's good enough to sell. Coming in next is a snub from my favorite logo or best logo list. Alchemix. I probably should have put this in there, and I really want to say someone commented on my video and said that Alchemix had a fire logo too. I really like the logo. It has the triangle going into the cube, wrapped in the sphere, the circle, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty dope. I do like the geometric pattern there. Launching in February of last year and maintaining a price of $200 or more, sometimes upwards of $2,000 per coin, mind you, until December 12th of last year, where alcx fell under $200 a coin and has struggled to reclaim it for most of the year of 2022 thus far. With only 1.5 million in its max supply, this is about as finite as you can get without paying thousands of dollars per coin. When you think about that, think about the fact that Bitcoin has 19 million and is worth 40,000. We kind of went over this in the last video. Just for perspective's sake, this coin is literally over 10 times more scarce than Bitcoin in a supply sense. That's wild. I think at the current price of $121.95, this is an absolute steal, guys. I gotta say, it's not too often that I'm, you'll notice by my content is almost, it's not as much when should I buy, when should I sell. is this a good price for me to buy at, something like that. I try to give you the fundamentals of the coin. First time I talk about it, I'm going to try to tell you what it does, what the creators of the coin or the crypto claim it does, and then kind of articulate that in an easily relatable and transmissible form of dialogue, just because sometimes reading the white papers and some of the reports, it's like reading legal stuff or medical stuff. They have their own lingo to separate themselves from the rest of everyone, so they don't really know what they're talking about. It's like when you're around multiple people who speak the same language but you don't share that language, and they go in and out of language and conversation with you, and you're like, oh man, I know you're saying something but I don't know what it is. That's kind of how it can feel with all the technical stuff with cryptocurrency. It gets easier as you get into it, and you start to realize that a lot of these words are just fancier terms for a different word. They're synonymous with most things. That's one great thing about the English language. Even if you don't know the word, chances are it has like 13 synonyms, and you can trace it back to something you used to say in third grade. But this is one of the cryptocurrencies where I would say this is a really good buy zone, because when you think about it this way, your downside is an all-time low, which is $91. It currently sits at $121. The all-time low that it's ever been is $91. Not financial advice, not telling you to buy this. You make your own decisions, but we have an upside of 10x. When you can say that you have an upside of a 10x on a coin that's $121 in the market conditions that we're in right now, it's a pretty rare thing, and I don't know if I've said it yet on my channel. This is a legitimate 10x contender being over $100. We're not talking about like Solana or Avalanche or Axie couple years down the road. We're talking about a legitimate 10x within a year or more, a calendar year right around there or less. We could see alchemix reclaim the 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, who knows, with only 1.5 million max supply. With any major widespread adoption or utility, this would explode. I mean, this has all the technicals of something that would absolutely pop. Going from scarce to abundant, we have Reef, ticker symbol REEF. Reef is a reliable, extensible, efficient, fast layer 1 blockchain for gaming, DeFi, and NFTs. I didn't know that's what they did there. They did that themselves. That wasn't even me with the little acronym. That's them. Good on them. I'm always appreciative of a good dad joke. So being self-upgradable and having on-chain governance are just a couple of the reasons why Reef is considered to be the most advanced EVM-compatible blockchain in the world. I don't know if you guys were aware of that, but you are now, and now I am. I didn't realize that devs really consider it the most advanced EVM-compatible blockchain. If we see another huge listing, maybe two, and some big partnerships and or publicity, my prediction is that Reef sees 3 cents by the end of this year. We're currently sitting at a price of 1 cent 133, so seeing 3 cents by the end of this year would be a triple on your money, and that would only put us at a 600 million market cap. So I mean, realistically, we're talking about 5 cents we could get up to. There's a couple hard resistances along the way, but you never know. I mean, as people like to say in my comment section sometimes, if the overall crypto market, the market cap goes up from 2 trillion to 150 trillion, obviously, if everything goes up, if the value of the total crypto market cap is 150 trillion, I would friggin' hope that Jasmy would be $5. But if you're still into Jasmy when the total cryptocurrency market is 150 trillion dollars, you're probably not making the money that you would have if you were into something else. Because if we're talking $150 trillion market cap, we're closing in on Shiba Inu hitting a penny. You know what I mean? So put things into perspective, not just see confirmation bias. Last but not least, guys, the last crypto.com listing, Cronos, whatever, and the last listing of this video is Alpha Finance Lab. Ticker symbol Alpha, ALPHA. Alpha is a cross-chain DeFi platform with user-friendliness, easy access, and solutions to the DeFi industry's problems in mind. they're looking to build an entire ecosystem, kind of from what I've picked up on it, similar to Luna, just a more honed and niche-based ecosystem. They're really focusing on a couple things here, which is the team already has multiple platforms for different needs and more on the way, with a self-proclaimed breakneck development cycle. I don't know what that means. I don't know if their whole team's just pumped full of Adderall or what it is, but they have a quote-unquote breakneck development cycle. Alpha Labs actively seeks, identifies, and addresses unmet needs in the DeFi space as a whole. They're looking for any problems in DeFi. It's pretty cool. It's like, if you're playing a game or doing something and you're like, oh, I wish you could just do this, you know what I mean? I used to say, I wish you could screenshot on a phone, except it would be a video, and then they started doing screen recordings and things like that, back when I had a great big friggin' thick iPad 1. I would, think like, I wish I could screen record, which is what it ended up being. It would pretty much be like you thinking about something in DeFi that you want to do, and then you just go code and do it. You just get it done, and that's what Alpha Finance is doing, and I like it. Hey, if they can identify problems and not just complain about them on Twitter and hype up projects, if they can actually solve the problems, absolutely. Good on them. They should keep doing it. You guys should check them out, because if they're really capitalizing on this and putting their best foot forward and not just fixing everything with no financial gain, because who would do that? I mean, they seem pretty honest about it. They're in it, but you never know with a smaller project, especially with the amount they're building. You just don't want them to, have you ever played the board game Risk? It's like a strategy type, world conquering, political, diplomatic game. It's a strategy game. I'm sure you guys have heard about it, Risk. If you've played Risk with a few people and played it a few times, you know that if you try to expand all over into a bunch of countries, you end up spreading yourself too thin. And then you end up fighting wars on multiple fronts, and you end up losing and conceding a lot of that land that you went out so quickly to achieve, because you spread yourself too thin. You tried to adapt and, look at too many problems at once. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully you get the analogy. But I think that's why they straight up say themselves, gaming, DeFi, and NFTs. And they specifically mean DeFi, and then have the NFTs and gaming as, the backup as they progress. DeFi was originally their big goal in solving these problems. They're really trying to be trendsetters, and they're doing what a lot of people wish they could do. I mean, they sit around and intentionally run into problems in the crypto sphere to be able to create a platform or protocol to prevent anyone else from encountering the same issues. Whenever something frustrates them, or they run into something, or, if they're just thinking about an idea, they just do it. And I like that. It's crazy that it's such a noble feature for someone to just get stuff done nowadays, instead of just getting Twitter fingers about it for a few months and hyping up as much pre-sales as they can. When it comes to prices, I believe we'll see Alpha run to the 80-cent level before charging up and vaulting itself to the 98 to 102 support line. That's quite a bit up from here. That's a triple with 167 million market cap, 376 diluted. We could really see this thing 3, 4, 5 times. Just think, this reminds me, the ecosystem aspect of it, and the fact that they're honed in on DeFi at first and rather expanding to the gaming and NFTs, it really sounds like a little brother, or it looks like Terra Luna or Terra Labs is kind of their role model. I don't know if they're connected at all. I'm a massive fan of the Terra Luna ecosystem. I believe ecosystem wise it might be the best in all of crypto. So, and you've seen the absolute rise that Terra has had over the past few months, the past year or so. Terra Luna has been incredible. Mirror protocol, Anchor protocol, those just went crazy over the past couple weeks, and they've gotten some pretty cool stuff coming out. But this video isn't about them, so I'm going to stop talking about them. Alright guys, that's going to be everything for the video today. I wanted to bring you the new listings on Coinbase, crypto.com, and Binance US. Keep in mind, these might not be available where you live. It all depends on jurisdictions and all that fine print you always see at the bottom of commercials for sales advertisements, different things like that. I will say though guys, I really appreciate all the support I've gotten. If you want, go follow me on Twitter at RealClaysCoins. If you want, follow me on Instagram at ClaysCoins. Both of those are right on the end screen when the music starts playing, that beat drops. I vibe out to that beat. I don't know if you guys do, but if you enjoyed the video, put a flexing emoji in the comment section down below, as you know. And other than that guys, stay hydrated, stay safe, look yourself in the mirror, tell yourself you're doing a great job, because if you're watching this channel, you are.